Hi guys, Mark's here, Everything Tenere, back at you with a new install and review, and this time it's this little fellow down right here. So this is Racetorx shift support, and yeah, I had one of these on my Yamaha MT10 and it was a noticeable difference, so why not get it for the T7? So Racetorx have a lot of different race accessories for street bikes, and so many different bikes, and now also for adventure bikes, right? So you can check them out here. You have the link up here. I will just talk a little bit about this, what it does and who it might benefit, right? So first of all, Yamaha maybe does not have as many issues regarding shifting gears than other bikes have, or other brands. You know, some people have issues getting neutral in or getting a positive feel when shifting gears and whatnot. So this might help for you guys out there that do not have a T7 as well. So yeah, let's get into it. First of all, let's open this sucker up and see what comes in the package. So you have a little instruction how to install it, and I will actually draw you a little drawing how it benefits your bike, so you get a better understanding on how it actually works. But you get the shift support arm. It actually is available in different colors, but I think as they have had a big demand of these, I had to wait for a couple of weeks to get mine. But they make these in different colors as well, and I'm sure the MT07 and T7 will get more colors available as time goes by. So this is mounted to your engine case, and this part here goes over the shift shaft, and in here we have a bearing, and this one needs to be greased before you install it. Then of course we have 2 bolts here. So here's a little explanation on how it works. I will be able to zoom in on this sucker here, and here's the engine casing or the gearbox. We have the shift arm that comes out from the engine here, that little actuator that goes down to the shift lever that we manipulate with our foot, and this shaft here, it's not always solid in it. So if you would put downward pressure in the end of the shaft and move it around, you can feel that it's a bit, you know, you can move it around a bit. And that's due to the bearings in here and how it's clipped in place and the seals and everything. And depending on the length of the shift shaft, you know, if some bikes have longer shift shafts and some have shorter, you know, this will be a greater impact. If you have a longer shift shaft, it will be a more movement felt. So what we do with the shift support is that this is put over the shift shaft in one place. So let's say it sits here, and then it's bolted onto the engine case. And the shift support from Racetorx, it has a ball bearing in here, or a bearing, so it will support this shaft so it's more solid. That way you will have more a better solid feel when shifting gears. Some people, as I mentioned before, have issues finding neutral, or they don't really feel when they get into a new gear or when they change gears. This now will have more of a positive feel to it, and yeah, that's pretty much how it works. And as I mentioned, you know, for the Yamaha series of bikes, we don't have major issues in finding neutral or, you know, shifting gears and so on. But as I also said, in my MT10, it actually, you know, I felt a difference. So hopefully I will feel a difference on the Tenere 700 as well. So let's go out to the garage and test the OEM setup out, and then put this on and see if we feel a difference. So here we are at the garage. So here's a little better view of the shift shaft, the gear level linkage that comes out here and goes down. And you know, when we shift gears, we will twist or put an angular motion into the shift shaft, and that will change gears in our gearbox. And you can see the shift shaft here. I can move it a little bit up and down, so you have some play in it. And you know, this is different depending on bikes as well. Maybe not, you know, different T7s, but when you go to other brands and so on as well. So the shift support sits here in between the linkage arm here and the engine casing, so to say. So it sits here on the shaft. So installing this little thingy here, it's not hard, right? But you only need to remove the link arm here from the shift shaft, and it's just a hex from underneath. I think it's actually a 5mm. And to get to that, it's easier if I remove the cover for the front sprocket. But first of all, you can see on the shift shaft you have actually a line, and you have a line as well on the link arm here. So those should align up when you put it back. So the thing I will do now is just remove this sucker. There we go. We got that one off. Now we only need to loosen this one. There we go. And you actually have it's milled down in the arm itself, or the shaft itself, so you need to remove the bolt completely to take this off. That's off. We will fetch some cleaner. So put some crap on here, clean it out, nice and clean. And then you will see here, when I have not greased this yet, but you can see that the arm itself goes on like this, and you have the two top bolts here on the engine case that needs to come off. I was a bit afraid at first that it was attached somewhere where I actually have my little triple clamp engine cover, but luckily enough I do not. And these bolts are so high up, so you don't need to be afraid that you will start spilling out oil. And the new ones are a bit longer. There we go. We'll clean this one off as well, so we don't have any gunk here. There we go. I have some grease here for my little arm. I will just put some here, and then use something to spread out the grease. You can actually, when you buy this, I think you could select to get grease as well, a little tube with grease, but it's really unnecessary. You know, everyone has grease that has a T7. You know, we need to grease up our linkage arms and whatnot. There we go. Spread the grease around in the bearing very nicely. Dry any excess off. I think that will do. I will put this on. I will actually put some grease onto the shaft itself here as well. There we go. we go. Take the new bolts. And remember your torque specs. I haven't looked them up, but I had a somewhat of a feel when removing them. It's not super tight, so you don't over torque your bolts here. Sits on. There, that's good. And now we need to get this one on. We need to dry out. I can see the line that we have. It's very hard for you guys to see the line, but you know, you could always paint other mark as well. I think it's actually, you cannot get it perfectly aligned with the line because of the splines here, but yep, that's it. And then we just take our OEM bolt, make sure that nothing is rubbing here against it. We put that in, and we torque it down. That's it. Installed. So everything is on, and trying to move the shaft up and down. The only thing I do is actually move the link arm. It's no, you know, movement available. Before it was a tiny bit, not a lot, but now it's solid due to the support here we get to the shaft sticking out. So it's hard to feel a difference right now. But I'll take it for a little spin. And then of course I will need to come back to you guys when I've been riding a bit with it, so I really have a, you know, feel of it, if I can feel a difference, if it makes a good, you know, is it really, you know, needed? I would say no, it's not really needed. Is it worth the money? You know, it's about 75 pounds, I think. Well, I guess on a Yamaha, shifting gears no problem usually, so maybe a bit overkill, but hopefully it makes a difference, and for me maybe worth it. So you know me, I like to bolt stuff on the bike and just you know, spend cash on the shit that is not maybe not necessary, but it's fun to have, right? So I think guys, this is it for this little video, and I will get back to you when I have the time to really test ride the machine, the mighty T7 here, and have some more feedback for you regarding the Racetorx shift support. I know it worked on the MT10 as I said before, and for sure it works on this one as well, but cost wise, you know, do you really need to get one? I would say probably not. Is it a good thing to have? Yeah, maybe. Do you have money to spend on it? Yeah, then get one. So yeah, check out Racetorx. Have fun on the trails. Winter is for sure coming here. It's getting colder. You have a lot of, all the trees are losing the leaves, and it's not a lot of time left for me to spend out on the Enduro trails on the T7. We do not know what will happen this winter, you know. We will do work on the T7 for sure, that's I already mentioned, but I might get a little brother for this one as well, to have more fun on real Enduro stuff. So surprise, surprise, you never know when it will happen. So take care guys, stay safe, and don't do anything stupid. Cheerios, bye bye.